just a few of them. You have your own list. Your list is different from mine. But allow me, since I am preaching, let me share just a few of the things that have helped to make my life rich and complete and balanced. I have had to bury with my own hands a baby brother and a baby sister. I've had to come home with my mother after having that last child and watch her cry all the way home from the hospital, knowing that there was absolutely nothing I could do to help. That's an experience I will never forget. I've had the experience of being in the room as I watched my favorite uncle die, and I'm watching the monitor, and I'm watching him, and I am watching him slowly slip out of time into eternity. I have been there in the room when all 4 of my children were born. I was the first one, other than the doctor, to see them. I was the one that held them before they were ever cleaned up. I was the one that dedicated them before they were ever cleaned up to the Lord. To thank God for every one of them and to say, God, I dedicate every one of them in whatever capacity you want to use them. I dedicate them to you. I was there. It is an experience that I will never forget. I was there when both my mother and my father died, and when the undertakers came, I was there to help lift their bodies off of the bed or off of the floor and put them on the gurney and say goodbye to them one last time. At 16 years old, I was a pallbearer to my best friend in the world who was killed in a car wreck. I've listened to men, one standing as close to me as I am to this microphone. I've listened to men look in my face and threaten my life. I have been in several car wrecks without ever suffering a scratch. I have felt genuine love and genuine selfless love. I know what it's like to have not a whole lot, but yet feel like I am the richest person in the world. I have been hit in the head with a baseball bat. I have felt the humiliation with having to go to the colored drinking fountain or the colored bathroom, or to go around the side of a building to get waited on, or to go to the back of the bus, or to go to the back of something. I know what it's like to try to learn out of books that I got from the other school, because the other school got books first. And after they had used them and torn them up and written in them, then they came to our school, and we had to learn out of books in those segregated environments that came from somebody else, because they got the new books and we got the used ones. But I still learned to read. I've had the privilege, the great privilege of caring for an aging parent, and I'm grateful. I have saved a person's life from drowning. I have won people to Christ in one-on-one discipleship. I have gone back to those that I have wronged, and I've said to them, I am sorry, please forgive me. But then I've also returned to those who have helped me in life, and I've said to them, thank you. Thank you for your help. Meant the world to me. All of the experiences of what make my life rich Not because I have tens of billions of dollars, not because I have all of the degrees that I would ever want, not because I have accomplished all the things that I would ever want to accomplish in life, but the experiences is what Paul meant when he says that I have been on shipwreck, I have been on this, I've been beaten thrice, I have been left for dead, I've had all these things happen to me, but none of these things bother me. Because in all of these things, I have seen the hand and the grace of God in my life. No matter what you accomplish in life, no matter what you order in this fast food environment, don't forget to stop and have some pleasant experiences. As I get older, I go to funerals. Because every funeral is a reminder. It is a shot in the arm. Went to a funeral yesterday of a young man that worked where I work, less than 50 years old, sat down one day, did not get up from that chair. The experiences are my reminders that I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. That there are people that have it worse than I do. That no matter what's going on, I'm still blessed. That if I just wake up in the morning, I am blessed. Regardless of what problem I had the night before, regardless of what problem I'm going to face in that day, I am still blessed. Because my experiences have taught me to value every moment, to value every person, to value every opportunity. If you want a good life, you got to have some fries that go with it. The E in fries are for the experiences that God allows you to go through. I can imagine Daniel, after he had gotten up out of the lion's den, dusted himself off, and said within himself, you know what? There's nothing else y'all can do to me. Much like Reverend Shuttlesworth, since we're honoring his birthday, said to me, you know, after that bomb went off in that house and I did not die, I knew then nothing they could do to me. I knew that God had saved me for this moment. All fear out of my life left because of the experience, not because of the money, not because of all the prizes, not because of all the awards, but because of the experience. Some of our lives would be so much better if we would just allow God to take us through an experience. Instead of trying to run all the time and get away, just settle down. Peter says it best. He said, but the God of all grace, after that you have suffered a while, make you establish, strengthen, and settle you. Because there's some experiences, ladies and gentlemen, once you go through and you come out of it, you say, ain't nothing else can stop me now. Nothing else. After they tell you they're going to kill you or put a gun to your head and they can't do anything else, you don't get in any way presumptuous. But after God saves you out of that, you have no fear of anything else. The S in fries. Spirituality. Not religion. Not church membership. Spirituality. Because true spirituality has very little to do with where you go to church. It has everything to do with your relationship with God. Many people go to church but have no relationship with God. They have a relationship with the church, but no relationship with God. They have a relationship with the pastor, but no relationship with God. They have a relationship with the deacons, but no relationship with God. They have a relationship with everybody else in their cell group, but no relationship with God. It's proven that people who are spiritual have less stress. They have better health. They have less fear of death. They have more meaning and purpose in their life. They see things and other individuals for the beauty that God has in it instead of for all the ugly things. People who are spiritual are better at forgiving. People who are spiritual have a better and more positive attitude, and they love and they trust more. They have less depression than other people. People who are spiritual have a better time aging because they realize that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Even with young people, they did a research, University of Missouri, as I close. It says that even while you're young, Jeremiah said in the book of Lamentations, it's good for the man to bear the yoke in his youth. But even for young people, it says young people who are spiritual, who are connected with God, who have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, that they do better in terms of having more joy, more fulfillment, more energy. They have better conviction. They have more self-confidence. They have a greater sense of purpose. They make healthier choices. It helps them to overcome hardships. Instead of killing themselves when they go through difficulties, they can go and pray. They can go to a parent. They can go to somebody else and find the answers that they need in the time of need instead of going to drugs or anything else. John chapter 4, verse 24, Jesus talks to the woman of Samaria, and he said, you know what? God is a spirit. They that worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. So before you leave this fast food restaurant, I want to ask you, do you want some fries? What's your order? Because what you have, no matter what you've ordered, is not enough. The dessert part of your life will be the fries that go with your main course. And the fries are your family. They are your relationship. They are your interest. They are your experiences. They are your spirituality. Let's pray.